It was really good to get back to the old neighborhood. Well, welcome to Finding America. It is really nice to see you here. Well, I tell you, back in the day, in the early days of this channel, Chris and I had been driving around trying to find some new spots to metal detect. And as we turned into this one neighborhood, we saw a guy cutting down a tree that was next to a little old house. Well, I pulled over, got out, introduced myself, and asked him if he wouldn't mind if we metal detected around that house. Well, James gave us permission almost immediately, and we hit it off right off the bat. Well, little did we know that James owns several of the houses on that block, and he practically gave us the run of the entire neighborhood. Well, we ended up making a lot of great finds there, and I made a lot of awesome episodes there as well. Well, since I've had the Minelab Manticore, I've been returning to a lot of old spots, and with some great success. And I thought, wouldn't it be fun to take the Manticore back to the old neighborhood, where we had made some of the earliest Finding America episodes. Well, I did just that, and I had a blast catching up with James and his wife, and making a lot of very cool finds. This one was giving me a 53, 54 signal. Dug down, it wasn't very deep, a couple inches, but it's just an odd one. It's a piece of lead, but they obviously pressed it into something. You can see the pattern on it. I just thought that was kind of weird. Thought I'd share that one with y'all. But pretty cool. And this is the area that I'm hunting right now. It's a bunch of 1930s little houses, and we've found a lot of things a few years ago here, and I thought it's time to bring some of the new machines out and see if we can find some things that we might have missed before. So, very cool. Out here very early, trying to beat the heat. Well, just hunting the front yard of one of these old places, and got a nickel signal. It turned out to be a pendant, which is kind of cool. It looks like astronomical. What is it? Astrological sign? Taurus. It's got the bull on it. That's pretty cool. Definitely a bit old, and I will definitely take that. Well, I've been digging a lot of trash and a lot of clad, and hadn't found anything too old yet, but I got a 31 signal here, and I thought, well, gonna be another pull tab, I guess. It was a little bit deep down, so about 4 or 5 inches. I started to get my hopes up, and I threw the dirt up here, and I looked down the hole, and look what's sitting there. It's a nickel, and I'm hoping it's a war nickel with that signal it gave me and the numbers. So let's find out. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's unbelievable. I just found one last weekend. I'm pretty sure this is. It's not wiping as clean or as easily as that one last weekend, but it seems to be in pretty good shape. Oh yeah, I think I see a P above Monticello. So, Philadelphia mint. And, lordy, this dirt sticks to it like glue. It's hard to tell the date right now. I think it's a 43 or 45. But I will definitely take that, and I'll spray it off, give it a quick brush, and get you a better look at it. Nice. Little piece of silver. Well, check that out. It's the exact same year and mint mark as the last one I found. I can't remember if that was last week or the week before, but I will definitely take it. This one's going to be a 45 with the Philadelphia mint. Well, right next to where I got that war nickel, I moved over. I'm just doing little rows. I just have this real narrow little strip of front yard between the sidewalk and the old driveway. So I'm actually doing rows this way, and just concentrating on every single signal. This one was giving me a 68 to 73, sometimes up to 83. Turned out to be a memorial penny, but I did get a little bonus find. Some little girl's flower hair clip. So that was a neat little find. And yeah, there's just tons and tons of signals. I don't think we ever really hunted this little front yard in the past, so yeah, it's kind of fun hunting it now. Well, I'm still going row by row, making my way down this little strip of front yard, and I got to some shade. It's already heating up. It's into the 80s. We aren't even at noon yet. But anyway, I got a 68 to 71 signal here, and I thought, hey, might have a Wheatie. And sure enough, I have a 1944 from the Philadelphia Mint. I will definitely take that, and definitely detecting a 1940s theme so far in this yard. And I think it's time for a dime and a quarter and a half. So I have been digging up all kinds of garbage and the occasional good find. And I was like, well, I'm getting close to the end here. I'm almost to the street, and I got here on the corner of the sidewalk and got a nice little high tone, 78, 79. And I finally got rewarded for sweating through all my clothes right now. It's probably not even 10:30 and it's just boiling. Anyway, can you see what I see? Yeah, silver dime. Isn't that awesome? And it was all the way at the bottom of the hole, so probably 5-6 inches. There we go. Let's see. Oh, actually, I think we got a Roosevelt. I will take it. I have no problem with that at all. I dug enough dimes to get to this one. Oh yeah, look at that. 1948. I'll give it a quick wipe on the backside, see if we got a mint mark or not. Yep, Denver mint mark. I will definitely take that. That makes all the holes worthwhile. A little 48D Roosevelt dime. Second piece of silver in that little strip of yard. Well, I was just working my way back up this front walk and was getting a nice high tone, mid 70s. I was hoping for another silver dime, but I had to get through all these roots and an entire bunch of red ants. I finally got it, I think without being bitten, and it turned out to be another old Wheatie. This one's going to be a 45 from the Philadelphia Mint. So happy with that. And yeah, I'd have to say these houses are probably built in the 40s under the probably GI Bill homes after the war. So right now everything seems to be around 40s, but I will definitely take that. And yeah, I'm hoping for some old toys. That would be really cool from that era. Well, we have a mystery solved update this week, thanks to all of you watching last week. You might remember that very strange lead object that I found during last week's episode. Well, this one turned out to be a bit of a tough one. Mary Kay's Treasures and a lot of you out there thought that you believed this was actually an old sewing machine bobbin. And then someone else had another idea. Rick Mavic Time said that he believed that this was a lead chin strap button to a very old hat or helmet that was used during the 1600s and the 1700s. Well, I was a bit surprised by that idea, but when I saw the picture of the one that was found in Europe, it was pretty much a dead ringer to the one that I'd found. Well, this has definitely turned out to be a crazy little find, and I think the jury is still out on this one. But I want to send a huge thank you to everyone who helped get this mystery find a little bit closer to a mystery solved. Well, another 69 to 73, right in that range, and another Wheatie. And it looks like this one's going to be a 1946. So everything in the 40s so far. Well, I was getting a decent little signal right here. I dug down and I got this bottle cap. Now I thought I'd film it because I never dug this one up before. It's an old bleach cap, but it says Roman Cleanser Bleach. I have never found that one before. So pretty cool. And let's see if there's any information on the company and maybe when they made this product. Pretty cool. I just got permission to a place that I've been drooling on for a while, and yeah, James, the property owner of all these places, was kind enough to ask his neighbor if I could hunt that place, and he said sure. So I'm thinking, well, I've got to go try that place for a little bit. So I was walking out of the backyard of this place, and look at this, I saw it right on top of the ground. It's some kind of a, I thought it was lipstick, but some kind of a cap. Isn't that wild? Sitting right on top of the ground right there. So I'll get this one cleaned up. Maybe it'll have something on it. And but yeah, it's very old as well. That's pretty cool. A little nice little eyeball find. Well, just working the sidewalk strip on this new permission, it is awesome. Look how wide it is. It's just amazing. And this house is right across the street from an early 1900s school. So I've had high hopes for this. I've wanted to get permission to this for quite a while and just did. And yeah, this is a good sign. I'd always hoped it hadn't been hunted. And check this out, only 2 inches down, and I've got a big old toy Jeep. That is a very good sign that there might be a few things left for me to find here. And yeah, not too shabby. Well, I think this place has not been hunted, at least this sidewalk strip portion. It's got that Jeep right there, and they freed up another signal on 94. And I saw it, and I recognized it right away. I'm trying not to block the sunlight here. This is I found something very similar about a month ago in a front yard. There's an advertising piece, but that one was advertising a bank. This one, because we all thought it was like, it looked like a tape measure, you know, but it isn't. Commercial woodwork. Look at that. 301 area code. I know 301 area code. That's from Maryland, believe it or not. Yeah, that's like DC area. Not far out in Maryland, 301. So, pretty cool piece right there. Yeah, 2 pieces side by side. That big of a target. That gives me some really good, that gives me high hopes for sure. Well, this one was giving me a real sharp 89-90 signal. Not very deep. I cut the plug, it was in the plug. And I started to clear the dirt, and I think I've got some kind of a cool pocket knife. Oh yeah, another reason. Wear those gloves, and this has something very unusual on the handle. Oh, very cool. Check it out, a bald eagle. That is pretty cool. Might even get that one cleaned up. It's a little rough, but not too bad. Just poking around right up against the wall here, the front yard near the sidewalk strip. I was getting a decent high tone here, 50s, and I dug down and I got this, and I thought, well, let me clean off and see if it's anything on it, and check it out. There is something on it. So I don't know what exactly it is, but I'm going to go ahead and unroll it and finish cleaning it off, and we'll get to look at, see what it says. Maybe it's Schwinn. Well, what do you know? It does say Schwinn. Maybe something bicycle related. It says something down here, but I can't make it out, and it's a bit fragile, so I'm going to continue cleaning it at home. But hey, that looks pretty old, and that definitely makes sense. A bunch of school kids attending school right across the street. Yeah, I can imagine all the old bicycles going up and down this sidewalk back then. Well, this old yard has been a challenge. Only thing I can figure, well, see, I'm finding tons of clad and tons of bottle caps and pull tabs. The high tones are quarters and dimes, and I haven't even found a weedy yet. The only thing I can figure is it was hunted to death maybe 20, 30 years ago, and then not hunted again, and all they did was lose clad on top of that. But I'm like, surely there's stuff that they missed, and I'm hoping I got one of those things right now. There's definitely no shortage of signals, but this one was giving me a 58, and I dug down, praying it wasn't going to be another corroded zinc, and I don't think it is. Let me show it to you. It's looking pretty green, so I just wanted to grab the camera, hoping it's not going to be a green memorial. So with these numbers, I'm hoping Indian, so let's see. Ooh, a little tough to see. I would take a wheat right now. I think that's what I'm going to end up getting. But look how low that wheat was ringing. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Let me get this cleaned up just a little bit, and I'll be right back. But yeah, hey, at least it doesn't appear to be modern. Well, look at that. Not a wheatie. Thank God. Oh man, I think it's 1905. A little difficult to read. The dirt definitely likes to cling to this coin, and I'm gonna have to work on that a little bit more when I get home. But hey, I'm thrilled. I have dug so much clad, so many zincs, bottle caps, pull tabs. Hey, there's old coins still hiding in here. So that definitely makes me smile. Well, this one was giving me a 2122 signal. Very choppy. Wasn't even showing up that well on my screen. And I'm like, well, let's go for it. And I dug down about 6 inches, popped out a nickel. It's a Jefferson, but it is an older Jefferson. This one's going to be a 1946. And it appeared to have been on edge. So, kind of accounted for the weird signal. And yeah, I'm glad I dug that one up. Well, still going low and slow with that M9 coil, and got a nice little blaring 47 signal. It said it was only an inch or so down, and it was. I popped the plug, and it said it was in the hole still, so I gave it a pop with my digger, and this popped out. I don't know what it is, but it looks like I found something interesting. So I thought I'd grab the camera. We pulled out together. Yeah, I have no idea. Wow. Just don't know. That's pretty cool though. What in the world is this? It's just so odd. I don't know. Let's give it a spray. Not on the drop cloth. Some kind of inlaid. Oh, hey, that's awesome. Seriously, I like this. I guess I'm a cartoon guy at heart. Check that out. I'm trying to remember, is that Foghorn? I can't remember. I can't remember the rooster's name. Isn't that awesome? Very cool. It looks like it was a pendant or a keychain of some type, but I will definitely take that. I remember watching him when I was a kid. Well, very cool find. I like that almost as much as that Indian. Well, I thought I'd show you most of a toy car. All these pieces except one came out of one hole. The one all the way towards the left bottom, that came out of a hole about, 10 feet away. So it looks like this toy car met a mower. Don't know if I'll ever be able to figure out what kind it was, but I thought it was pretty interesting. Well, I definitely got something good in this hole. It was giving me an 8788, kind of a weak signal, and but it was there, repeatable both directions. So I dug a plug and said it was still in the hole. Well, actually, I didn't get much of anything, so I was just scooping dirt out. Then I stuck my pinpointer in, and it said it was in the sidewall. So I got down there and I looked up. Can you see that right there? That is pretty cool. Let me see if I can get you down. If I get it in frame, there it is. My gosh, that sure looks like a silver quarter to me. Pretty much standing on edge. So let's go ahead and pluck this thing out. Let it fall. Oh yeah, silver Washington. I will definitely take that. So let me get a little water on this. Looks like it's going to be a 40s. Seems to be the going theme this weekend, but I don't mind that. 44. What do you know? 44, baby. That is cool. Trying to see if there's a mint mark. Not that it matters too much, but nope. Philadelphia. Hey, that's not too shabby. 3 good coins right in a row here. 2 of them low tone, mid tone type signals, and this one kind of a difficult high tone. So I am very happy. Of course, I'm in the all-terrain fast program with the depth audio theme and that killer M9 coil. So having a lot of fun out here, and I'm glad to see some old coins popping out. Well, I ended up finding so much more during that hunt, and I'm going to show you all those finds in next week's episode. Now, do me a favor, stick around to the very end of this episode, because I have a link to the next episode of the Never Hunted Mansion series. And let me tell you, this hunt was spectacular, and it's one that I still think of to this day. Well, I really hope you enjoyed watching this episode, and remember, it's history that makes a find a treasure. And I can't wait to see you back here next week on Finding America.